Woohoo.
Yes!
And we're back.
We're back.
How are you feeling, Dan? Because
Tired.
you were the reason that we missed off last week. You know, you just weren't up to scratch, were you? You weren't feeling 100%, but you're back on the recovery sesh.
Well, I thought it was COVID.
You did.
But
and that's why I kept a wide berth.
I think I recovered too quickly for it to have been.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I think it's just hay fever.
Yeah, makes sense.
Even now, my eyes, you can see the bags on them. They hurt so much.
Yeah. I understand, man. Try and wear your glasses as much as you can. Eye protection.
No, that's not what it is.
Yeah, but it just helps, especially if you ever go outside, which, to be fair, now thinking about it, you don't really do, so. Nah.
I ain't feeling that.
Nah. So that means we've got two movies. Two to talk
somewhere
about.
We've got the clip for that, but I can't load it up.
Well, I did WhatsApp it to you. I WhatsApped
did.
it to you, so you'll need to do that by next week.
I can put the WhatsApp on this screen, but that is dangerous.
Nah, we won't do that. We won't do that today.
I am not doing that.
I'll leave it in your more than capable hands to sort something for next week on that. But let's get in to movie one.
It's a Tool movie, but it's not a Bug's Life Tool. I had to.
I know. Sadly, we're not talking about Bug's Life 2 today. We
love to one day, though.
Well, 100%. Yeah, hopefully. So we're going to be talking about the 2013 Martin Scorsese film, The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, this falls into play because what is our theme for this month again, Dan?
It's not the first 5 minutes of this film, is it? Because if that's the theme... No, I'm only joking. It's Just Jugs July!
Yeah, Just Jugs July. So, yeah, what that means is basically raunchy films that have a lot of... Can you see me?
Yeah, I'm putting you in the frame.
Oh, okay. Films that have, like a lot of, sex scenes and, just a very, dirty... The Wolf of Wall Street... Wolf of Wall Street? Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, that's a different film.
Yeah. Wolf of Wall Street really falls into that category. As I continue to watch more Martin Scorsese movies, I have realised a thematic pattern that continues through a vast majority of his work. It usually involves the story of someone who gets involved in something illegal, gains royalties through it, has a partner who is seduced by lifestyle, and ultimately the protagonist loses his wealth after a colossal downfall. In a nutshell, that is what Scorsese movies seem to be thematically, a way of showing us, the viewers, why crime can be rewarding at first but ultimately leaves you coming to your senses thinking, I want no part of this world in the slightest. I don't know if you know Martin Scorsese, he did films like Casino and Goodfellas, gangster movies basically, showing you the darker side of the world that we don't really want to see a lot.
Are you talking about The Boys?
Yeah, stuff like that, Like, funny how, like I'm a clown, I'm fucking here to amuse you, I make you laugh, things like that. Boston accents all around. The same can be said for The Wolf of Wall Street, which tells the true story of stockbroker Jordan Belfort, who uses his whiz-kid sales techniques to basically become a multi-millionaire overnight by not entirely legal ways. How the hell Leo DiCaprio did not get an Oscar for Best Actor for his hyperactive, drug-fueled money mogul portrayal of Jordan, I'll never know. He uses a lot of physical energy in the film to keep his portrayal very exciting. Same is said for big standouts Matthew McConaughey and Jonah Hill, who bring that exact same energy to keep the excitement going for the film. More so for Hill, as he is a great actor and has come a long way since being the fat kid from Superbad. I don't know if you ever saw Superbad.
I've seen Superbad at your house.
McLovin.
I saw it in your house. Is that the one with Drake Bell?
No.
Oh no! I know the one.
You're thinking of superhero movie.
I have seen Superbad.
You have seen Superbad. It's McLovin. Yeah, you've heard McLovin, right?
Yeah.
You are McLovin.
Always the one. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thank you for that clarification. Margot Robbie in this movie is hot stuff. A beautiful blonde who is a great actress and can do a good Boston-esque accent. I can totally see why they chose her for Harley Quinn in the mixed bag that is the DC Extended Universe. But she is a pro in that, and she is a pro in this too.
And in Barbie.
Yeah, Barbie as well. She's only gone on to more successful things, hasn't she? Seduced by the money in this film and drugs that being married to Jordan Belfort brings. There is a scene that involves basically Margot Robbie entirely nude and naked, which is why it makes it onto the category this month.
That's why you like the film.
Pretty much, yeah. But I'm very surprised because this must have been like her first feature film that she did, like her big budget first movie. So to do that and trust the director,
It's brave.
it's a very brave move, and I commend her for that, more than just for the obvious. I'm a bit of a dumb fuck when it comes to numbers. So when they go into more detail about the whole stock market works, and how to make money off of these different clients, my brain kind of switches off a bit. The runtime is also a tad much, as I think this film could have trimmed a good 20 minutes off of its runtime.
I'm never, ever, ever, ever taking your word for a long run time. Ever.
I didn't sit you down for the extended editions of Lord of the Rings, man. Don't go blaring.
Well, they could have shaved 20 minutes off the Lord of the Rings.
Could have shaved a whole hour off the SpongeBob movie, but that's a whole different story.
But it had David Hasselhoff in it.
Just keep the bit that David Hasselhoff is in.
That's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. That should have been my review. Just 2 words, and it should have just been David Hasselhoff.
I was expecting that to be your review, to be honest.
Yeah, but no, I actually did an in-depth one for you.
I appreciate it.
Little cameo side parts for actors Jon Favreau and Joanna Lumley. Funny enough, Joanna Lumley appearing in an American gangster, crime movie was very...
To be fair, she kind of has the right style for it.
She's got that glamour to her.
She does.
I'll admit,
She does
she's
have that.
Yeah.
Judi Dench does as well, actually. I wanted to
Yeah,
point
yeah.
out.
Judi Dench as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we're at it, it's odd, but fun inclusions all round, and the soundtrack is full of some great tracks appropriate for its time setting. So to close down on this first movie, this film is a lot of fun to watch. The energy is near non-stop with some excellent one-take shots that Scorsese has basically mastered by now. Brain tends to drift if they get too much into the whole stock aspect, but all of the characters are very exciting nonetheless, and has a great theme of how power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely, with the human nature of always wanting more. That's the major theme of this movie, Dan. And on that note, I am going to bid it a 3.5 out of 5. I think it's a standard. It's a Scorsese's done better. That's all I'll say. Because Goodfellas is one of my favourite films, and Taxi Driver.
I like his fish shop. I had to.
Well, it was either that or The Codfather, but we won't go there. But yeah, so moving on to the second raunchy movie that we got to talk about.
Film number 2.
Film number 2. I've just got to type it in. Imagine typing. You remember typing? Like on the phones. You just voice activate everything now, probably, don't you, on your phones? But
I use this.
That old chestnut.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the second film, Dan, we're going to be talking about is a film called The Graduate, which came out in 1967. So it's quite an old movie.
Oh.
I went into this film knowing it is responsible for the frequent fantasy of younger men wanting to be seduced by hot older women, but I did not expect such deep and analytical themes to coincide with it. So here's what the film is.
For the time, I'm shocked.
I'm going to read out the synopsis for you, Dan, and you tell me if this sounds like an entertaining movie.
Okay.
Benjamin Braddock is a 21-year-old young man who has just finished college with flying colours. His parents thrive off his praise. They don't listen to him, and he feels like a puppet in his own life. But when a friend of Ben's parents, Mrs. Robinson, offers him a seductive affair offer, Ben sees this as a way to test what he really wants in life, despite the pain and heartache that will come with it. So that's the story. That's the synopsis. Right off the bat, I must talk about the character of Benjamin Braddock, as he is the character we follow, pity, and root for in this story.
Right.
Dustin Hoffman plays him. You know who Dustin Hoffman is, right?
I do. I'm just trying to picture his face.
Is it Master Shifu in Kung Fu Panda? The one with the whooshy... No, the whooshy finger hold. The little... Is he a raccoon or something? Dustin Hoffman...
Oh, yes!
Dustin Hoffman voices him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman's great in this movie. He really delivers in one of his earliest on-screen performances as a young man trying to find his way in the world. He lives with his parents in a luxurious home and has a noteworthy college degree under his belt, but his folks have no idea that their son is suffering with many depressive mental aspects. Identity crisis. Ben has been brought up being told by his parents and by their friends what he should do career-wise, and the fish tank scene in the beginning really expresses his blankness and uncertainty of who he is or who he is meant to be.
And let's not forget, the age of this film.
Yeah.
When this film came out, this was not.
This was groundbreaking.
Yeah, this was not very often portrayed.
This
anywhere.
is at a time when men's mental states weren't really talked about. Like
Well, it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. It was like man up.
Man up, get on with it.
That was the way back then. He has all the privileged potential in the world, but couldn't feel more alone and lost in this film. Rebellion is another theme. Due to his life not being in his own control, Ben is wound up so tight that he feels the need to do something dangerous to release this pent-up frustration. Sleeping with an older woman, just, comes with it. And also the final theme that I put in this review, which is a coming-of-age story. No pun intended. Whilst most coming-of-age stories centre around the main character taking part in an act that helps them mature, for Ben, it is his acts of immaturity and his carefree lifestyle which ultimately teaches him the life lesson he needs. Mrs. Robinson is also a great mirror character to what Ben is going through, as, like him, she too is feeling trapped and miserable in her own life because she is in a loveless marriage that she was forced into at a young age due to getting pregnant. She suffers with the same identity crisis and rebellion elements that Ben does, but, unlike him, she doesn't come out of their trust with any newfound clarity. Anne Bancroft was astounding in this role with her cold demeanour but mature sexual vibe. Her daughter Elaine, portrayed by Catherine Ross, ends up suffering from the rebellious phase too by the end of the film. The opening shot of Ben on the plane heading home, the scene with him in the diving suit under the water, and of course the scene with him and Elaine on the bus at the end are all visual aids to express Ben's loneliness, and done brilliantly by director Mike Nichols. The sound of this review's a bit more lengthy than the previous one because there's so much just to unpack on this one. The soundtrack by you might have heard of these people, Simon and Garfunkel.
Yep.
They do the whole soundtrack for the movie, and it oozes with seedy atmosphere throughout the film. We all know the Sound of Silence as a meme nowadays, but it really carries poignancy through Ben's journey of self-discovery of what he really wants in life. You've heard the song, haven't you? Hello, darkness, my old friend. That one. It plays a couple of times throughout this film.
Simon and Garfunkel, they got some really good funky stuff. They got some dark stuff too.
They do, and a lot of the dark stuff makes its way into this film. So to close down, The Graduate was simply excellent throughout, as it contains strong, relatable elements to the main character in Ben Braddock, brilliant editing, and direction by Mike Nichols. The runtime is short and sweet. It's like an hour and a half long, hour and 45 minutes long.
Perfect.
And the film has an open ending which really leaves you with more questions than answers, but in a positive way. Plus, Anne Bancroft and Catherine Ross are total babes in this film. Catherine Ross' scream in the argument scene may be the most ear-piercing scream I have ever heard in a film ever.
And you've now got a new sound system. You want to try that again?
Yep, after this, Dan, I'll show you that scene just so you can hear the scream, because it is a gut-wrenching scream that is probably the worst scream you'll ever hear in a film.
Great.
But on that note, Dan, I can't fault this film. The Graduate is a 5 out of 5 movie for me. It is a masterpiece. I only watched it last year for the first time.
Wow.
But I was blown away. And I want to introduce it to so many more people the more and more I think about it. Because it really is a prevailing film about men's mental state when they're young. Like they have the whole world ahead of them. What do? And that's what this film's about. It's so deep and thematic, and I'd be a fool to give it any less than 5. This is a 5-star movie through and through, Dan.
Well, I never would have ever expected you to have pulled that out of the bag.
Yep, which leaves us with, I believe it's one more raunchy song for this raunchy movie for this month,
You
right?
can sing if you want.
Oh
Yes, you have a finale.
All right,
next
I've
week.
got one left. Okay,
One left.
one Jugs July left, and then after that we're on to something underwater, something aquatic. I want to say, I believe it's. Am I right?
Aquatic August.
Aquatic August. So I need to find some movies that take place under the water a lot. Although I don't think I talked about Finding Dory, did I? When
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it on my week off that I had earlier this year. And I've written a review for it.
Can't wait to hear it.
So that'll be one. I just need to fish some more out of the bag.
Hey. Well, you've got other great animations. Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. Yeah. Help on my fish. It's terrible.
Oh, Titanic, you've already used it this month.
I have,
though.
yeah, I have. That's true.
Technically could have used that one.
Yeah. I'll try and think of more. Shark Tale. Yeah.
Does Castaway count?
Castaway, Aquatics, maybe. There's
It shouldn't, but it does.
Aquaman if I go down the superhero route, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, we'll figure it out.
Benidorm.
Benidorm. No, I've got to save something for the TV one next year.
Love it. Well, Tommy, thank you very much.
Always an honour,
indeed.
Dan. Always an honour.
And of course, you know what to do on YouTube. You can like, comment, subscribe. But do you know what to do on Letterboxd, Tommy Tom?
Yeah. Just log on to Letterboxd, follow me, Larkins95, and follow this guy over here on Dan Moore Radio.
There you go.
So yeah. But
Now,
I'm determined one day to get you to read it and you say it wrong. But
okay, well,
it won't be today.
Well, it's written in front of me, so I'm never going to get it wrong, am I? But also as well, we are also asking for your feedback, of course, on films that we need to watch here. Now, Steve hasn't seen Kung Fu Panda, any of them.
Oh wow, okay.
I can't believe that.
I've only seen the first one.
I think I've seen the second one. I don't know.
Right.
Either way, I think the trilogy's worth watching for us. One of you two haven't seen National Treasure at all. Which one was it? Was it you?
It might have been me. I haven't seen it all the way through. But
no.
but if we're watching National Treasure, we've got to watch The Mummy as well, man, because they're both adventure action movies.
Well, we've got to watch The Mummy. But I've got to watch The Mummy before I meet
I
meet my friend
Yes,
who's in it.
yes.
Because that's a bit
Please,
embarrassing, isn't it?
and please, make this promise to me, Dan. Just like Return of the King, please let me watch The Mummy with you.
Okay.
Please.
I mean, I'd like to watch it with him.
Just have him round, just have Ahmed round and we'll just
Do you know
watch it.
he would as well? I reckon he would.
I would pay him to do that, like literally, like just to sit with us and talk about the movie, what it was like, and
Actually, I might be able to get him to talk about it.
that'd
Maybe not watch it, but definitely talk about it.
that would be fun. That would be really
Maybe
fun.
not on air or broadcast, but we'll make it happen.
I need to keep it on the down low. I don't want to. I don't want to go crazy.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll park that one. But of course, you've got to see.
We'll pay him.
National Treasure 2.
2.
Gotta watch number 2.
Yep.
It's where the meme came from. We've gotta watch National Treasure 2.
That's true. That's true.
The fish is right. He became a national treasure.
2.
He did. He really did. Also on the cards, I would like you and Steve to watch the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raiders.
Okay.
I personally think that Cradle of Life is better. One of you two said that they heard it was not very good. What?
Yeah, I heard they
the
both.
hell is wrong with you?
I mean.
No, Cradle of Life is better.
Okay.
Although the third one was definitely darker.
Right.
I liked it, but I think I liked it because I played the game, which had the exact... Because they based the film on the game.
Yeah.
The other two films were based on the character, and they made a film out of it that was separate from the games.
Yeah.
The third one was actually taken from the game.
I see.
And if you played the game, you'd be like, wow, this is amazing.
But remember, Dan, like I didn't watch SpongeBob before I watched the movie. I don't play Tomb Raider, so the movies won't have the same effect.
Do you know, I completed the second one the other day.
Did you?
The remastered copy, yeah.
Are they remastered? I didn't know that.
They've remastered the first 3.
Oh, okay.
I've got to
Is that the one with the underwater kingdom?
No. Oh, that one's brilliant. That's not the one.
Okay.
I know the one you mean.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Right.
I love that one. That's not the one.
Okay.
I completed that 8 years ago. But
Right.
Anyway, moving on.
We're boring these people.
Yeah, we're boring them. Right, okay, yes. So, like, comment, follow, subscribe. Letterboxd at Dan Moore Radio at Larkins95. And, of course, here on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what we should be watching in our little movie. I think we've got enough for our own movie.
I think
nights,
we're
actually.
set. We're set. Yeah, we're all good.
But we're open to suggestions. Anything that you think Tommy hasn't watched, I'd love to hear it. If you can find a film he hasn't watched, oh, my God. Be absolutely
There's a load out there. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly that. Right, have a good one, and we'll catch you later.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.